I can't remember which one was like part of the Mysterons out of the lot.
In what respect?
Oh, because you had Captain Scarlet.
Yes.
You
Captain
had
Black was the one who was being controlled
yeah,
by the Mysterons. Yeah.
that was it.
Because of course. Anyway, contrary to what people may be believing now that they've tuned in, is that we are not playing Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons RPG.
Oh.
More's the pity.
Yeah.
Nevertheless,
has anybody
go on.
ever done that?
I don't believe so, no, because it would be a bit... Well, actually, no. It's kind of like Secret Agents kind of thing. So I suppose you could if you really, really wanted to. There are a couple of interesting spy and secret agent type role-playing games out there. I did actually make a list. I don't have any of those on me right now, and it'll have to be something to quote for the future. But they are out there. Spycraft, I think, was one of them. But you know, you've done it now. I'm going to have a look.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to check. I actually did have a look as to what type of... I don't remember what got me enthused, but it did. Let me see. It was not Ministry of Extra Mundane Affairs. Oh, I've gone to the wrong place. Right, see, you've challenged me now. He tasks me, and I will have him. Blades in the Dark, kind of. Knights Black Agents is another RPG for being a spy. Spycraft, obviously, another one. Wilderness of Mirrors is apparently another one as well. That can broach that kind of shadowy spy espionage kind of niche, I suppose. But that's not what we're doing today. We're doing Star Trek, but slightly spookier Star Trek. So I just need to confirm that everybody is logged in and good.
Yes.
Everybody can hear me okay. And that those who wish to have Sirenscape have got Sirenscape playing. And I'm just going to throw us into an intro video, and then we'll be back proper and we can get things started. So, excuse me. And so welcome, one and all, to the continuing adventures of the USS Combs, and today is our special spooky episode, as I've just noted. I am MJ the GM, and I will be your games master for the next couple of hours, and with me are most, if not all, of the Combs crew. So, without any further ado, yes, because I want to get this Halloween-specific episode started, we are going to forego the usual acclaim-related debris, the usual... what else were we going to sort of... The science experiments going to take a side seat for now, and also the Klingon campaign. Going to have to, fortunately, be delayed whilst we deal with this, because I want to get through this as much as we can in one session. So... we are assuming that this is not long after the search for Sobek, and surprise, there he is, right there. You found him. He was on the start page all along. Excuse me for being meta there for just one moment. So, we are going to start things on the bridge of the Combs. I want to change the ambience here a little bitty bit. But before we do that, I have a very special something that needs to be promoted here. Chris.
Hello.
Take it away.
Finally, after a good 10 months, got something to show for myself. So yeah, The latest episode of Having a Mosey is now out. It is a feature-long length review of Yakuza 0. It's about an hour and a half long, which is about 3 times as long as I initially planned it to be, but it just kept going and going and going, and I was just like, what the heck? Let's just see where it takes us. So yeah, here it is. The season finale of Having a Mosey Season 2, and recording is already well underway for Season 3, but yeah, it's finally here. My grand finale to the first 2 seasons and really 2 years of my YouTube channel.
Yes.
With one of my favorite games of all time. So please do have a gander at that. I worked really, really hard on it for a very long time.
Absolutely. So there we are, folks, right there on the top of the address bar. There it is. There's the channel name right by there in big bold letters so you can see. No excuses not to watch. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's get the show on the road. So, Captain's Log Supplemental. We're currently taking readings of an unexplored pocket of space. So far, nothing exciting has come of it. A few gravimetric disturbances here, stray hydrogen there, nothing spectacular. I suppose that's to be expected, though. Space is, for the most part, empty. So, we find ourselves on the combs, with standard mission going on. So unless anybody wants to do anything right off the bat, then we will start with your communications officer, Ensign Ravalon, brings something to command crew's attention. Captain, I am receiving a Code 1 distress signal. Now, to the captain and maybe even to Lieutenant Commander Lian Zhang, this is something somewhat surprising. To the rest of you, you've probably not actually heard of a Code 1 alert. And so Captain Sobek explains that a Code 1 alert is also known as a Priority 1 alert, used to signal near or total disaster, invasion, or the outbreak of warfare. Ensign Ravalon states, according to this message, it is originating from an Outpost Psi. Psi, Psi. Apparently, Captain, we are the closest vessel. So, with that, the captain gives the order to investigate. However, at the moment, all that's currently happening is that your chief helmsman, Ensign Bonnet, has set course for what seems to be the original destination, or rather the original point of where the signal has emanated from. You haven't got any definite coordinates to go to in regards to this Outpost Psi. So, who here has got focus on computers or anything like that? I would imagine Tavish. But let's confirm that Tavish is the only one.
I think I have something. Let me open that up.
Okay.
Nope. Never
Okay.
mind.
Alrighty. Anything from Gurkow? Nope, not really. Okay. Alright then, so it sounds like it's going to be a Tavish-related inquiry. So what we can get is... you probably want to see what information is inside of this distress signal. So anybody wishing to investigate the distress signal can give me a control and engineering task assisted by the ship. Anyone who wants to find out what Station Psi, or Outpost Psi, pardon me, is all about, will have to give me control and science or control and security, assisted by the ship as well. So who wants to do what first? Investigate the signal or find out about Outpost Psi?
I've got good engineering, so I can do the investigation.
All right.
I've got the investigation. Especially if we're using ship's computers, I can do the neural interface. I also have the
That's right.
Cochrane Medal of Excellence in computers. So
Okay, that sounds fair and good enough. Alright then, so since it's been volunteered, Flesk can try and decrypt the message contained within the distress signal. That's going to be control and engineering. Let's have... Connie, if you could be the ship for me, please, if you know where to find it.
Yeah.
I am requiring communications and engineering from the ship. So once again, in regards to what information is contained within the distress call, I want the character to give a control and engineering check, assisted by the computers or the ship's communications and engineering. This is a difficulty 1 test. Task, I should say.
This doesn't count as a extended task, does it?
No, it does not.
okay. If this has got a focus in computing, I am going to
This
use...
is not your check yet, my dude, so just hang on for a bit. We'll deal with Mark and Flesk's check.
I've got no focus for this. Just rolling 2.
Seems so.
That'll do.
That'll do. Very, very well. So the ship also counts as having a focus, so the ship has a pretty good engineering rating, if I remember, but let's check that to make absolutely sure. So I was asking after communications and engineering. Yeah, engineering is one of your strong... It's not actually one of the ship's strong suits. So that was exactly 3 successes. I required 1. You've got some momentum back. Okay, so when you do get some information out of the distress signal and it's decrypted, you get it to play back. The distress call begins with a man frantically pleading for help. This is just on audio. You don't get any visual data. The tone of this individual is frantic as he begs, "Oh God, please help us! It's killing us all! It's just got Johnson and... Wait, what's that? Who's there? No! No! No!" Which is then followed by the wet sounds of meat being cleaved in half, of gore splattering against walls, and of blood-curdling screams. Whatever is going on is definitely serious. So, now we go to who's finding out about Station Psi. So this is going to be Tavish.
Okay.
So Tavish is going to give a control and science or control and security, assisted by the ship's computers and science. I would like Liz, please, to be the ship.
I am doing the neural interface as well.
Okay, so you may reroll 1d20 on a task. Okay. And you single focus rated once per mission. When your character spends a point of determination on a task, you can get 2 benefits of spending determination. Are you spending determination on this?
Actually, no. I am not going to use that.
May as well just use the neural interface.
Yeah.
So, computer and engineering, correct?
Computers and science or computers and security, whichever one you think you want to use. That's a good roll either way. Success. So Tavish has to roll me control and science or control and security. With focus on computers.
Well, I haven't got much in security, so...
Which is odd considering how frequently Tavish throws things.
Yeah. 2 dice.
2 dice, please. Check something.
Jeez.
Woo! That was close. Luckily, 1 success was what you needed, so, yeah, okay. This is curious. You enter into the computer to search Starfleet database for Outpost Psi, and it comes back with 0 results. Which is
Okay.
odd.
Have you tried Googling it?
As it happens, even in the 23rd century, the search engine used by Starfleet is probably not Google, but well, who knows, actually. What would be an ironic search engine to use in the 23rd century?
Ask Jeeves.
Oh, there we go, then. The browser wars happened and they all destroyed each other, and the only one that was left standing was Ask Jeeves. Okay, then, so there is no evidence of a Outpost Psi in your search. Captain Sobek arches a Vulcan eyebrow at this. That is a curious result. Could perhaps the outpost be classified?
Maybe.
Time.
I can find out for you. If you wish, Captain.
I believe the occasion might warrant it.
Okie dokie. Right, I'm going to hack the Starfleet database.
Okie
Again.
dokie. Yeah.
You could take momentum.
What is going on here? Hang on a second, something weird is going on with... Curiously enough, the moment you start getting ready to hack into Starfleet intelligence and whatnot, classified database, you bring all the libraries of your various hacking algorithms ready to be used. And there's a bleep from the computer console. It's brought back a result.
Okay. Have a look.
It confirms there is actually an Outpost Psi.
What happens there?
Yeah. You've got data in front of you that the computer is ready to tell you all about Outpost Psi that it just found.
Okay. All right. Let's start to download the information. I am still connected to the computer, so.
Yep. So you get the information that Outpost Psi is a deep space station built decades ago. It has been retrofitted over the years as new technology has emerged, and its total crew complement is 35. The purpose of the station is to study subspace dynamics throughout the sector that it is located in. But that is all the information you get.
Okay, I will let the rest of the crew know that information. Well, not crew. I will let the captain know, and anybody on the deck know.
So you're saying you found no evidence of an Outpost Psi, and then you did? Says
Yes.
the captain.
Yes, sir.
And you did not enter any different search parameters the second time?
No, sir.
The captain just once again raises a Vulcan eyebrow at his first officer, who just shrugs. We now have coordinates for Outpost Psi, correct? At which point, your helm officer can confirm that since Lieutenant Tavish has found Outpost Psi's records, that does have a location coordinates. Apparently in the Cyanite system. So you now have an idea of where to go. According to what Bonnie can read from the navigational information, it'll take you about an hour, just under, to get there.
That's like next door.
Indeed.
Can we start scanning on our way there just to see what we're about to arrive to? Seeing as we've got spooky data appearing, rather than anything we trust fully.
Okay. So long-range sensors eventually latches onto the Cyanite system, and it does indeed confirm the presence of a deep space station. From what you can tell from long-range sensors, which isn't as focused, obviously, as regular in-system range sensors, the station apparently is there, right where you expect it to be. Anything else more specific, you'll have to wait until you get in-system. So, unless there's anything else particularly you want to do whilst you're on your way there.
No, that's as good as we can get, I think. Unless we want to power anything up or prep anything.
So, the ship now enters into the Cyanite system, and it's pretty much a standard star system. There are no habitable class, well, there are no Class M planets in the system, and there is a very bright, interesting white star, but nevertheless you see a science station kitted out pretty much as you expect a standard Starfleet science station to look like. There's power coming from it.
I mean, I see nothing.
Oh, you see nothing? Beg your pardon. Well, it's the Cyanite system, and therefore it is black as night.
There is no sight. Nice sight.
Oh.
Do beg your pardon. Just check that. Oopsie-daisy. I went the wrong way. Whoop-de-doop-doop-doo. I went to activate rather than configure, my pardon.
I can see stuff.
Yeah.
So let me just check that the other one is good. It is. Okay, so let me bring...
Oh, that's weird. The mining vessel Red Dwarf has docked with a space station.
Smagging hell.
Quite. Nevertheless, getting to the Cyanite system, yeah, the Psi station just looms up in front of you. So the outpost appears on the main view screen looking no worse for wear. It does not appear to have suffered any external damage, nor are there any signs of debris or other items that would indicate a battle. Hails to the station so far remain unanswered. What would you like to do?
Scan
For
it.
life forms.
Scan for life forms. Alrighty. Scanning for life forms would be a reason and science task assisted by the ship's sensors and science. So this sounds like a Gurkhow job. And Chris, if I could get you to be the combs,
Certainly.
if you know where to find it.
Yeah, I got him.
So from Gurkhow, I want reason and science. From the combs, I want sensors and science. This is difficulty 2. Gurkow, I will allow your xenobiology focus for this.
Lovely.
Cool.
1 success from the ship. Nice, nice, nice.
Oh,
1 success. You needed 2, so you can succeed at cost on this.
is it worth it, guys? Do you think?
I think so.
Okay. So essentially, the cost is going to be no bonus momentum from your sensors, ship sensors. Purely because that when you get the information back on life signs, Gurkow Station shows there are 34 life signs aboard. 35. 34. 35. 34. 35. 34. 35. 34.
Okay.
And on it continues.
Doctor,
Can we sort of isolate and get a read on that 35th light sign when it pops up?
You can try.
Yeah, Flesk was going to ask Doctor, could someone dying cause that? What medical reason could there be for a life sign popping in and out?
Typically, when someone dies, they have the decency to stay dead and not trigger our.
It's not
Decency.
officially
How
our
inconvenient.
senses,
Sorry, Connie.
but, do we need to sort of recalibrate or recheck our sensors?
You can try, yeah, absolutely. Might be interference, you never know.
Yeah.
As far as asking
Let's do
Dr.
that.
Sott the question of what could cause this, yeah, well, it's, you know, your life sign sensors on a starship are basically a bigger version of like a medical tricorder. It's scanning for the active life signs from a living creature, which is usually an infrared signal. It's generating its own body heat. If not, then the small bioelectric fields that go on inside of functioning humanoid life forms' nervous systems, that kind of thing. Those usually combine into a certified life form reading. If there's one that's popping in and if there's one life reading that's popping in, popping out, then that's weird. Several things suggest themselves, from sensor error to sensor interference to someone or something is literally popping into existence and then popping back out again, or somehow, which is the really weird answer, which you're not entirely sure carries any validity, because how could it? But the only other thing that Dr. Sott could possibly think it causes would be if something's alive and then ceases to be alive, and then somehow is back alive again, and then keeps on going in and out. Although nothing in your medical knowledge can suggest how something like this could happen.
Maybe some kind of like phasing in and out of
Perhaps.
our reality.
Perhaps.
The world's lowest heartbeat?
Well, if that was the case, then surely it would detect no life sign.
Maybe like that one time Captain Kirk got stuck on the original USS Defiant and then kept phasing in and out for a little while.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's my initial thought.
In the meantime, Gurkow can, if you want to maybe put some more momentum in the pool, give us a control and science check to run a diagnostic on the sensors.
Yeah, let's do that, and then maybe we can scan again.
Maybe
Have a
get some
quick look.
help from Tavish.
Mm-hmm.
Since Tavish is the chief engineer would probably like to have a look at what things are going on as well with sensors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Computer's broke. Please have a look.
Yes. Alright,
Ovens broke, fix it.
Alright, let's fix the computer.
So this is just a diagnostic, so control and engineering from our chief engineer, control and science from our chief science officer. Whoever wants to lead can lead, whoever wants to assist can assist.
Seeing this, This hasn't got a computer involved. I'm not going to do the neural interface. Being his computer is actually broke.
So, 2 dice then from Gurkha, 1 from Tavish.
Yep, I'm happy with that.
Okay then.
Okay.
Off you go. Difficulty 0. So
Computers as a focus.
sure. I won't allow the God focus in this case because you don't know what might be wrong with it, therefore you're just kicking off a
Oh.
computer diagnostic. But you've already got 2 successes, so
Okay, so it's control and science for myself.
yes, please.
Yeah. Oh.
4 successes, my god. Alright then. 1 big old boost to the momentum pool. Okay. So, sensors are operating within normal parameters. There's
Shall we
nothing
try and-
wrong with your sensors.
Let's try and scan again then.
Okay, in reinitializing the same scan, you don't need to roll for this. 34 confirmed life signs. 35, 34, 35, 34, 35, 34.
Okay, alright. There's nothing wrong with the sensors, there's nothing wrong with computers. Something's going on that station.
I mean, should we go down?
Have you tried hailing yet?
Yes,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
response.
Gotcha, thank you.
Well, says Captain Sobek, it appears that an away mission may be necessary. Volunteers.
Me?
Alright, so whoever wants to go on the away mission, assemble yourselves so that we can see who wants to go. Oh, Bonnet's
Let's
up
get
for a
someone
trip.
from security as well. Just anyone from security.
Anyone from security, okay, so you can either activate ACOS. Yep, okay. Get some action for ACOS. Rightio.
Yeah.
Ne problemski. So Zonvagor jumps in, as does Uro. Aversion's going to take over science for a bit, whilst whoever's in charge of engineering goes off to do engineering. Okay, so we have got our away team. Now, no detectable interference anywhere.
Sorry, my bad. I was trying to do something and my computer started going wackabee.
Oh, here I thought you were just playing. That's fine. So, according to sensors, there's no interference that should mean that you won't be able to use the transporters if you want to beam down, or do you want to play it safe and take a shuttle down?
I honestly feel like we play it safe.
Play it
Take shuttle.
safe. Okay. Wow, that was a filthy chuckle, if I do say so myself. But I love it. So, shuttle down. Okay, that means Bonnet cracks her knuckles, ready to go. Sorry, I talked over you there, Chris.
I was thinking, can we just give Bonnet a quick scan to make sure she's not like possessed or anything?
Whoa. Apparently, she has elevated adrenal levels. You can tell that from the way that she's cracking her knuckles, ready to go.
The captain's like, "Are you sure it's safer to take the shuttle?"
It's fine.
You
What
believe
could
it's
go wrong?
safe to take a shuttle?
It's fine. What could go wrong?
Ooh, now you've gone and done it.
Yeah.
Next, you'll be saying, "What's the worst that can happen?"
I mean, what is the worst that could happen? That could happen? I mean,
I'd also like to bring my botany knife. You know,
Just in case.
yes.
You never
There's no
know
way to-
when you might want to take a leaf sample.
Exactly.
Exactly. All right then.
are we wearing environmental suits today?
That is a good question. I was about to ask. Are you taking any equipment with you?
Yeah.
Did we scan the composition? Did we get anything on the actual atmosphere at the moment?
Well,
We've
according
established-
to scans of the station, life support's working fine.
But then again, it's also saying there's 34 to 35 people.
Correct.
Do we
Yeah.
really want to trust what they say?
We can always, bring the suits and take them off, as opposed to vice versa, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
Well,
Just hopefully they got a cloakroom.
they got a man on the door taking your coats. Alright then, so those of you who don't already have environment suits in your inventory, which is the vast majority of you, actually, now that I look, let's just check to make absolutely... Yeah, pretty much everyone still has their environment suit. So let's give ACOS an environment suit.
So- Sorry, just to double check, was the botany knife was part of my traits last time?
Yes, it's an equipment trait,
Right.
so...
Okay,
Do-
so
Do
Not
we
enough
have
along.
room for Garrow?
Well, you've got Ensign ACOS, but if you really, really want to double dip into your supporting characters, then you can bring your Chief of Security along as well.
I think we should be okay with ACOS.
Okay.
hey, Halloween episode, scary things happening, meat being cleaved in half, but we'll just bring the man with 6 arms.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, he's
I mean,
got
it's
3.
nice.
You can hold 6 phases, right? So,
Ensign ACOS, being an Idosian, has got 3 arms rather than 6. So he's like, what, you expect me to wield them with my feet as well? Granted, he's got 3 feet.
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir, that just wasn't part of my security training. Nevertheless, Ensign ACOS. Yeah, that kind of does bring to mind. Do you want ACOS to bring the Type 3 phaser rifle as well?
just
Well,
in case.
he can
Mm.
dual
You could
wield.
theoretically have 2 Type 3 phasers. That did 2 Type 2s, right? So he has 6 arms.
He's got,
He's only got the
3
3 arms,
arms, not 6. Although, after this, he might end up getting augmetics. You never know. He's going to be a spider by the end of this. Spider.
Yeah, you can have a Type 1 or Type 3 and a Type 2.
One in
Dual
each
wielding.
hand. Right, gotcha. One for every occasion.
I'd say we can, for the most part, leave Garrow in the wings, and then hopefully we don't lose communication to bring him down if necessary.
Gotcha.
Cool. Sounds good.
In that case, let me erase what I just did so that I bring in folks with what we just agreed upon. Alright then, so, unless there's anything else, then you suit yourselves up in your environment suits as a just in case. Ensign ACOS requisitions a Type 3 phaser rifle from the stores, and you all trump off to the shuttle bay, whereupon you use Shetty the shuttle to fly out and dock in the main docking station of Outpost Psi. As you draw closer, you can see that the lights are on the station, so there's definitely power, there's definitely life support, and, well, yeah, the shuttle also registers that there are 34, 35, 34, 35 life signs, but to all intents and purposes, everything looks fine. And so, you land in the main shuttle bay, and you are greeted once you disembark and proceed to the main, well, essentially reception area. You are greeted by 2 individuals. One a middle-aged human male, and the other a young, barely into her 20s female human, both wearing Starfleet uniforms. The older man comes forward and identifies himself. Oh, hello. I'm Station Chief Hubbard. This is Ensign Levy. We weren't expecting any resupply, and you're in your EV suits. Is there a problem?
Okay, so my first question is, besides hello, what's the current crew complement of this station?
35 individuals. Why'd you ask?
35. Okay, interesting. Anybody have any sort of flickering habits?
Flickering habits?
Flickering in and out of reality, that sort of thing?
I don't think so, sir.
They don't, like, sleep incredibly deeply and then, as in, like, they suspend their life signs?
Not as far as I'm aware, sir. No.
Gives, man.
Can you tell us the purpose of this outpost?
Oh, it's a research outpost, Lieutenant. It's one we use for scanning this system. It's known for having some interesting readings emanating from its main sequence star. We're mostly an astrological cataloging station. Although, of course, there's also Dr. Petruger.
And who's Dr. Who? What the?
Oh, Dr. Petruger? Oh, he's like our main resident astrophysicist. Andorian.
Fantastic.
Is there any reason why, then, if you're just a research outpost, why any files would be classified? About this outpost would be classified, yes.
No, Lieutenant. No, I don't think so. We're just a research station.
Can I locate in your computer database, please?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we have been
Fantastic.
having some problems with our communication system, but...
Oh, it's a great thing I'm a chief engineer, isn't it, then?
Exactly. That would
Yeah.
be great, actually, if you could.
Yeah, let me have a look.
Could we have a life science scan of the station from here, just to see if all crew members are accounted for?
If you wish, sir, you're perfectly welcome. Whatever you want to do. In fact, I'd better keep seeing to my usual station monitoring duties. Any assistance you need can be given by Ensign Levy here. If there's nothing else. Then, if you'll excuse me. Unless somebody was going to ask him something. Okay. So, Hubbard just kind of walks off and goes back to one of the stations and just starts to basically monitor the place. Ensign Levy just kind of is there all enthusiasm. So, what can I help you with? You guys came from a starship, right? Oh, that is amazing. I've only just been posted here straight out of the academy, so I would have liked to have been on a starship myself, but hey, you take what you get.
I'm right, you do.
Just while we run the scan, just to see that all of your crew, all the complement on this station is accounted for, could you just tell me if this voice sounds familiar, and then can we play a recording of the distress call we got?
Sure, you can play a recording of the distress call. Levy, pardon me, listens in and goes, not sure. It doesn't sound like anybody we've got here, I don't think. But, could be the result of a faulty communications array. The comm arrays, all kinds are broken.
Okay.
Which is odd, because I spent less than an hour ago, I was communicating with my folks back on Earth, so...
Well, let's run this life science scan, make sure everyone's accounted for.
Okay. Using the station's computers, then, you take a life sign reading, and there are 34 confirmed life sign readings. 35. 35.
Quick! That's
35. 34.
Oh, so it's the same.
Hey, Levy, come and have a look at this, please.
Yes, sir. What can I do?
Have a look at this.
Oh. Oh, well, I suppose that means the internal sensor system needs fixing too. This is an old station. Thing's got retrofitted so many times. Probably falling apart. Something else I'm going to have to see to.
Okay, alright. Where are they?
Where are who?
The systems.
Oh, of course. Which one would you like to see first? Communications or internal sensors?
Internal sensors, please.
Okay, let me think. That means they are this way. And so she begins to lead you through. So, let me see. Internal sensors, internal sensors, internal sensors. It's actually quite a big station. That's the medical wing over there. Aha. There we go. I was actually looking in entirely the wrong place. Go south. Then go west. So on the way, of course, you pass what looks like a security officer. Just looks like he's got a data pad in his hand, just seems to be taking inventory about what's in this stockroom. Whereas following Ensign Levy, she proceeds in this direction. Before coming to a stop outside of this door here. Someone is phasing through walls already. Okay, no, that's fine. So, yeah, Ensign Levy waits for you all to be ready, and, oh, that rhymes, and then comes through the doors and just kind of gestures around. There's one other officer inside of the room who just appears to be going about their business and checking monitors.
Alright, I'm gonna get onto your sensors.
Anything you can do in here would be great, sirs. I mean, like I said, this place is falling apart.
Ensign, here, teach. I'm gonna teach you something.
Oh, of course. Gurkow and Flesk, while you're over there looking at the main sensor display, you hear the other officer who's just going about doing whatever they're doing, just muttering to themselves. Huh. Oh, I suppose that's a bit strange. But then, nothing's really been the same since Dr. Petruga's little accident, so there we go.
What did you say?
Whilst they're sort of like doing all that, can Dr. Salt make his way over to the med bay? Based on that sort of like flickering of thing, I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think there's an imposter on this station and that someone is sus. And I want to start going through medical records and things in the background.
Alrighty. Main medical area is going to be, well, probably this room over here.
Is there a big red button?
Sorry, that's what I was thinking. This feels very Among Us.
Yes, I was say, where's the big red button?
Full of meat.
How many tasks do we
Lash
have to
everyone to the
Who used? I just saw. No, don't. I just saw Flesk using a vent. Don't tell anyone.
do? Oh.
Right, it seems main sick bay is where I am pinging.
Thank you.
Honestly, this map does look a little bit like an Among
That's
Us map
exactly what I
as
was
well.
thinking. I suspect it was inspired, and I am all for this. If that is the case.
Episodic
Yeah,
maps.
yeah.
Join their Patreon and get exclusive maps like this. I am not sponsored by Episodic Maps.
It's a good map. I'm liking it.
Meanwhile, Gurkha went up to that officer who appears to be another human, dark-haired female. I'm sorry, what?
You're muttering to yourself. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing, sir. It's just that, you know, this place is old, falling apart. Hasn't really been the same since Dr. Petruga's experiment.
Dr. Petruga's experiment. What was that all about?
Oh, we never found out. He doesn't let anyone inside of his lab. Always got very angry whenever somebody tried that.
Huh. Can you tell us where his lab is? I'd like to speak to him.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. It's before my time. But if you find out one of the older people on the station, they might be able to direct you there.
Tell me, where is Betruga? Because I would much like to speak with him.
Excuse me.
It's very, what's the name of that elf from Lord of the Rings? Tell me, where is Gandalf?
I must desire to speak with him. Yeah, Glorfindel, I think that was. I could be wrong. Those who
That
know
sounds
more about
about
Tolkien than me, speak up. Played by that actor who's always playing smarmy Russian or European, Eastern European spies and assassins. I forget his name. I do apologise to the actor himself. Right. Meanwhile, Tavish, what were you doing over there on that computer?
Fixing the sensors, because they said the sensors were broken.
Okay, cool. Control and engineering in regards to having a look at their sensors.
Okie.
Vincent Bonnet, just looking around. Everything seems alright.
Control and engineering, yeah.
Yes, please.
Computers as focus.
Sure. Nice, nice, nice. 3 successes. Their sensors appear to be working just fine. Everything's in the green. No faults detected. Helleborn, thank you. Who did I say? Glorfindel.
Glorfindel. I think is that the place, maybe?
Might
No,
be.
no, Glorfindel's a person as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
He's older.
let's not get into Tolkien. That could lead us astray.
But seriously, guys, where was Gondor when the Westfold fell?
It's the 23rd century. Who should know by now? Yes, sorry. Someone was going to ask a question?
Yes, I was. Are their systems seem to be in like top-notch order?
There is evidence that this is an older station, probably from like the 22nd century. 22nd? Yeah, 22nd century. It was established here, and it's been refitted, pardon me, a number of times over the years, which is standard policy. I mean, a good example of that kind of thing from the Starship perspective would be the Miranda class. The Miranda has been around since the 23rd century, pardon me, and so this actually the station is probably 23rd century now I think about it. Got my dates a bit off there. So it's not unusual when things work fine as they are, you just do a refit where you tag on more modern systems onto an existing frame. So
is there any modern systems around? How many does it look like there's recent modern systems?
Oh yeah. I mean the computer interface is definitely the 24th century LCARS system that you're familiar with. Oh good grief, my Trek tech lore is failing me a minute here. But the Duotronic computer system that it would have been installed during the 23rd century has been replaced by the isolinear chips system of the 24th century, so there's plenty to suggest that all the science-related equipment has definitely been upgraded within the last 10 years, maybe.
Can I ask Ensign Levy a question?
Of course. We'll get to Chris in a moment.
Ensign Levy.
Yes, sir.
What's the start date?
Stardate?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit, you're going to put me on the spot like that. 50902, I believe.
Would that coincide with the star date?
Yes, that's the one you're aware of.
Okay, alright, okay. Sorry, making assumptions. Just trying to
Are they from the past? Are they ghosts? Can I put my hand through it?
I'm not
wibbly-wobbly
going to try
time.
and put my hand through Ensign Levy, okay? I think that's a bad idea.
Before I get to Dr. Sott, I am briefly going to mention Ensign Bonnet was just kind of walking around doing like a circuit of the sensors stations there over to the right of everybody else. And as she passed by, a movement in the on one of the screens kind of catches her peripheral vision, and so Bonnet just kind of stops as she's patrolling and takes a couple of paces back, and the screen seems normal. No movement whatsoever, so that was weird. But the moment she then makes a step as if to move again, there's the brief flicker of an eye looking out of the screen. So like the whole screen is filled with an eye, and the eye is just casting around madly. And just when Bonnet steps back and has a look at the screen, it goes away again. And it's just showing normal display. Meanwhile, Dr. Sott, you are going to check medical records.
I was, and I'd also like to try and do some kind of roll call, just to like sort of give everyone on this station a bit of a once-over. I've lost my character token. Here I am. Yeah, hello, thank you. Yeah, so I just want to start examining people, basically, because I want to find out what's going on with that 35th life sign.
Okay, so this is going to take a bit, but because there's only like 35 people on the station, setting up a roll call shouldn't take you that long. So yeah, using your authorization as a chief medical officer, yeah, you can start to call upon folks. The easiest method would be pretty much to call up folks in alphabetical order, or whatever order you want to bring them in, maybe even rank order. It's entirely up to you who you want to start with or how you want to do it. Nevertheless, you can just have people be called in one at a time. So that's probably where Aaron A. Aronson to the medbay, please. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be what Dr. Sott is doing for the foreseeable future then. Okay, noted.
Could I request maybe bringing down, because I'll be doing this in the background, but could I request the EMD or Nurse Uro to come down and help as well?
Oh, okay. Which one? One or both?
We'll go with the EMD for a laugh.
Okay. Because we know how much you love the EMD.
We do.
At which point it is definitely a case of... Oh my, how exciting! My second away mission!
You're welcome.
Now, what would you like me to do? Do you want me to take evidence photos? Do you want me to scan for life readings or bacteriological infections or viral parasites?
Not quite. I'm just going to thrust the scanner in his hand. We've got our work cut out for us today.
We're doing basic scans of the entire crew.
We are. It's going to be really fun.
I'm ecstatic. Thank you for this unique opportunity, Doctor. Aaron A. Aronson to the medbay, please. Okay. So you've drawn upon some help. Right, okay. Back to the other guys. What you doing? So far, Dr. Betruger, lab, experiment, mad staring eye, sensors working fine. What are you going to do?
Dr. Petruga. Oh.
Bonnet's gonna look at that one screen and tap on it a few dozen times.
Yep, okay, you tap on the screen, nothing happens. Still showing regular transmission.
Which tablet was it?
Let's go with this one. So, from Flask's perspective, he just kind of looks over the monitors and sees Bonnet just staring intently, angrily at a screen, not even blinking. Meanwhile, Tavish and Gurkow, what are you doing?
I want to go to the lab for Dr. Padruga, so ask
Right.
Ensign Levy for this.
Oh, I'm sorry. The location of the lab is before my time. You can always try interrogating the database.
Yep.
Let's do that then.
Alright then, you interrogate the database and you get a... well, you get the location of Dr. Petruga's lab.
Can we scan to see if he's in there?
You can. When you scan the location given to see if he's in there, what you get is a return sensor ping showing that you are actually scanning a disused supply bay.
Shall we go have a look at this disused supply bay then?
Cool.
See if there's any secret hatches.
Oh, yes.
Alright, yep, well, by all means, off you go.
Where is it?
Let's go with this one, for instance.
Bonnet just phases through.
Bonnet just angrily storming off. The screen didn't do what it did. Alright, yeah, you proceed. The entire interior looks like it hasn't been seen to in ages. There's a small pattern of dust over everything. The boxes are all empty, so whatever was in them has long since been used. It's basically a supply closet, a big one.
Shall we do a scan then? See what's
Sure, if you want to. A simple scan reveals, well, a disused supply closet. No indication of secret bulkheads or hidden compartments.
Mm. That's can't be right.
Tavish, what are you up to at this moment?
I am going to plug myself into the computer.
Okay. Ensign Levy is a bit... Whoa! A neural interface? Are those legal?
Yeah. Well, this one is. She plugs it in. She goes, Nilo, download the whole database for the entire station, please. No, scan the database of the entire station. If anything which doesn't look right comes up, please put it in front of the put it on the screen in front of me, please.
Working. Stand by. There are no anomalous records detected.
Okie dokie. Where's your main engineering, Ensign Levy?
Main engineering? Oh, that would be... Let Matt look. That would be over yonder.
Let's go there.
I could take you there. Absolutely, sir. This way. So, the other guys who are examining the empty supply closet can plainly see Ensign Levy and Lieutenant Tavish pass them by.
What's up, guys?
Stop. Main engineering. Control stations are in here. The main reactor core is down there.
Okie dokie. Alright, let's just go into here first and we'll see. We won't go into the main reactor core Just yet.
Okay, you see pretty much what you expect to see on a space station, since doesn't exactly use a warp core in the same way a starship does. So they just use a deuterium power reactor. Anything particular you're looking for whilst you're there?
Well, perfectly honest, anything out of the
Ordinary, right.
Ordinary, yeah.
Well, to all intents and purposes, just a cursory glance seems to suggest everything's working fine. I mean, the thing is old, but it looks like it has been refitted so that everything is within proper safety standards. There's nothing that leaps out as out of place. Nothing seems to be drawing any abnormal amounts of power. Everything's in the green and looking good.
I was actually just about to ask, is there any anomalies in the power system? But you just...
Yep.
answered
Sadly
that.
so. Dr. Sott and the EMD are currently working their way through. I mean, so far nothing much has stood out. Is there anything specific you're looking for? Anything you're going to ask these guys as you wheel them in one at a time?
I guess I don't want to arouse too many suspicions, but like, you know, it's just, I think I was passing it off as like a general physio, and I'm hoping that if someone's literally, if the light signs are flickering on and off on a whim, I'm hoping something will just show up on like your sort of standard physical, really.
Okay. So, both the EMD and Dr. Sott are working away. The EMD seems less than happy that he's been brought along to be basically a nurse. But nevertheless, you're just working through things. So Sott brings up the medical data in front of him when the new person comes in. Just has a cursory look. Nothing stands out. One or two people have kind of regular low grade ailments that are easily treatable here and there. So nothing really big. I mean, everybody here is a scientist or an engineer of some stripe. Therefore doesn't have as rigorous physical standards that are required on a Starfleet starship, but nothing much stands out. One guy comes in, a human man, and his medical record shows he's in his early 20s, and he's, you know, pretty striking fellow, dark hair, dark eyes, so that when Dr. Sott turns around and sees the guy come in, he's actually a dirty blonde.
Imposter?
You don't know, but the EMD is giving him a scan up and down, and then compares it to the medical records on file and says, "Thank you, Ensign, you may go now. Unless you want to detain this individual for any particular reason?"
I'm curious about the discrepancy. Objection.
There must be a mistake on the record, sir. My hair's always been this way.
Can we like cross-reference everything else on the record? Any of the discrepancies?
No, just hair's a different colour. Which, when you think about it, you know, the EMD says that could easily be done with hair dye.
It could, but you know, we'll put a little star next to his name in there in the file.
Okay, let's say it's this fella here then.
Mark him. Can we like scan the follicles and just make sure that is his proper hair color?
It seems like it's proper hair colour.
Interesting. Okay, we'll leave it there for now, but I'm bookmarking it.
Okay.
Dr. Sott doesn't know, as he's lived without hair his life.
He's just jealous. This colour would look good on me.
Well, honestly, the EMD and I don't have a single hair between us, do we really? So
well, speak for yourself, as he kind of touches his monk's pate. But there we go. Team Closet, what are you doing?
Just moving things around, see if we could see anything that would indicate what this was used for before.
Supply boxes, so anything from spare isolinear chips to food packets and replicator gel, that kind of thing.
Can we check if it's possible to have been a lab before? I mean, it's pretty small as well.
It is pretty small, so unless the room's physical dimensions were somehow changed at some later point, or earlier point maybe, to make it a lab, maybe. But your initial scans indicate that according to the patterns of wear on the walls would suggest that the walls are in the exact same place they were when they were first laid down. So
maybe we should find someone who's been here a while just to double check.
well,
Yeah,
you're next to
did
engineering,
we-
and there's folks there.
Did we manage to scan for the doctor, the astrophysicist? Did we find where he was?
Well, you can try, but you're getting no indication that there's any other life forms in here but yourselves.
Oh no, I meant when we were back in the internal sensor room. Otherwise,
In the
we
internal
go back
sensor
and do
room,
that.
you were looking for the lab. You got a location of the lab. You tried to scan for life forms in the lab. You got you got a what's the word I'm looking for? The bit when it's non-determinate. Inconclusive.
Flash wants to just start moving the boxes, see if there's a fence or a secret door.
All right, by all means. Insight and insight and science.
Insight and science. Don't really have a focus for detecting hidden passages.
Nope. So, if I were a body, where would I be? And so, Akos and Gurkau are just looking as Flesk is moving around, shifting boxes around, and going, unless it's behind here. Oh. Alright, and if it's not behind here, then this one's big enough to hide a body in! Flips it open. No, nothing in here. So you just look at... So Gurkau's just watching as Flesk is just meeting disappointment after disappointment.
Everything alright, Flask?
Gurkau, I think this is just a storage room.
Let's find an oldie who's been here a while then.
Bonnet, you're up here in this office, and there's this guy just kind of talking to himself as he's doing whatever he's doing on the systems in here. Anything in particular Bonnet's looking for while she's in here?
No, she's just walking around because she got bored of the storage of the closet.
Oh, hey, can I help you with anything, Ensign? Says the guy.
Nope, just exploring your fire station.
Oh, cool. If you run into Dr. Betruger, tell him I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go into the lab like that.
Ooh. And where would this lab be?
Screech! Reverse. Sorry, sir?
Now, where would the lab be?
Which lab?
Dr. Bertruga's lab?
Oh, Dr. Petruga's lab. I am sorry. If you go north and then head up to Section A, Corridor B, and then take a sharp right, you should see it clearly labeled. He's basically telling you to go here.
Does Bonnet communicate that to us?
Yeah, as she's walking, it's like, I think I figured out the lab. It was completely in the wrong location.
And then when you get to where it's where you were told to go to, you find no such door, no such label.
I think these people are crazy. I'm gonna keep exploring.
Flesk is going to ask Ensign Levy, who's been here the longest? Who can I talk to about the lab and...
Oh, well, of course, Station Chief Hubbard has been here one of the longest. I mean, one of our engineers is probably has been around here long enough to talk about such things. So yeah, if you want to have a word with them. Where is everyone? It's over there, looking at things. Okay, go. So, what are you asking, Flask, as you find this?
Hi, I'm looking for. Is it Petrov? Dr. Petrov's lab and Dr.
Petruga.
Petruga, sorry.
Dr.
Dr.
Petrov
Petruga?
was one of the characters from The Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
Great
Weird
film,
crossover.
by the way.
Where can I find it? Because no one seems to know where it is, and the records show it's what looks like a disused storage room.
Oh, I'm sure there must be some mistake there, sir. I could probably give you directions to it, but I wouldn't go there if I were you. Dr. Petruga is, well, Dr. Petruga's a Vulcan, and so doesn't really like people interfering with his stuff, so... But if you really need to see him, then I suppose I can try and guide you to where it could be.
Why don't you walk with me? Just tell me about your time here on the station.
Oh, sure, no problem, sir. If you'll just let me put this on to standby, I'll, yeah. This way, please. And it starts to move with you and start working. Any time on station. Okay, so this guy is just basically talking. Pretty old station, really. Place has been refitted so many times, I'm surprised much of it still works at all. Comm system still on the fritz, maybe. We even have our replicators causing problems every now and then, giving us stuff that tastes like nail polish. Anyway, here we have life support monitoring, and over here is our medical bay. We have fully kitted out astrometrics labs and astrophysics sciences over here, and this way is our primary science station for detection of all subspace signals emanating from the main sequence star. So, if there's nothing else, sir, then I'll just go back to my duties.
Where's the doctor's lab?
I'm sorry, what?
You were guiding me to the doctor's lab. So
Which doctor?
Oh, God, I forgot his name again.
Dr. Petruga.
Dr.
Petruga? Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Petruga hasn't been on this station since he died.
Oh.
Oh.
He died.
Nani?
When did he die?
I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. Didn't like people going into his lab, so kept to himself mostly. But then, you know, he was a Tellarite, so he didn't really like people barging in on his lab all that often. Anyway, if there's nothing else, sir, then I need to get back to my duties. Oh, and it seems I've just been called to the medbay for an examination. If I have your permission to leave, sir?
Yes, I think that's all that we need for now.
Thank you. And he mopes off, and does indeed go to Dr. Sutton, the EMD, to have his examination, and nothing really comes up. Same guy, same as physically, same dimensions as on his medical records. His eyes are the same colour they should be. So
Not
was his
secretly
hair.
blonde by any chance, are you?
Sorry?
Not secretly blonde by any chance?
No. This guy's got kind of light brown hair, but a couple of flecks of grey in there, here and there. But other than that, seems to be pretty normal. Pretty much.
Actually, while I have him, then.
Yep.
Does he know? Does he know the other person well? The engineer who had a different, a conflicting hair color. Can I just ask him about like that? Did he ever dye his hair? And
Garibaldi?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I know him. 20s, dark hair, right?
Well, that's the thing. Has he got dark hair?
Oh, I suppose. I mean, sure, last time I saw him.
When was the last time you saw him?
Probably this morning in the mess hall.
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
No problem, sir.
That'll be all.
Thank you, sir. Right, what are you all doing now?
Well, Flesk was just commenting to Gurk. I was like, this is a bit weird, isn't it? Shall we go talk to the chief?
Bonnet is still wandering around.
I think we should at least spread the news. But I assume that we have been spreading the news. People know that there's so many inconsistencies to do with this Dr. Padruga, whose lab we cannot find.
I also want to put out a PSA to the rest of the team regarding, everything so far seems normal with everyone, but there is that curious discrepancy of the blonde that never was.
On that never was.
Interestingly enough, as Flesk is going past this area, you see the security officer from before still checking off that catalogue, but you could have sworn he had operation colours. Now he's got the blue of science. Looks like the same guy.
Hey, what are you checking in this inventory?
Oh, just making sure that everything's everything as it appears to be, sir. We've got to keep a tight stock of all of our supplies. Don't want to run out like last time.
What happened last time?
Oh, one of Dr. Petruga's experiments drew an awful lot of power, and so, we had to use a lot more replicator gel than we needed to replicate spare parts for blown out EPS conduits, that kind of thing. Damn shame what happened to the man.
What happened?
Oh, there was an accident inside of his lab. But then, you'd have thought a Vulcan would have been a bit more careful around his own lab equipment. But, there we go. Accidents happen, I suppose.
Flesk is just going to take a wander around and look
Yeah.
at what on earth this stuff is.
Well, pretty much what you expect. Replicator gel, spare equipment parts, blank isolidia chips, the usual stuff that you would... First Vulcan, now Taylor, right now back to being a Vulcan. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I've got a new, super fun and not at all menial job for the EMH to do. EMD to do.
Oh, yeah?
Namely, I want him to document each and every crew member's just some basic physical details as well as their rank. I want to chase up on these discrepancies.
And I am doing this for fun, yes?
Yes, exactly. No. Okay, in all seriousness, I have a theory. I'm assuming Flesk has filled us in, hopefully, about the fact that, the other person's rank was apparent. My sort of pet theory at the moment is that perhaps we're sort of jumping through different instances or universes of the same. Maybe that 35th life sign is like the fluctuation of the Doctor and whether he lived or died. And then in one universe, this man has blonde hair. In another universe, that guy is a different rank. That sort of thing.
Interesting. All right, Bonnet, where are you at? You're all the way up there. Wandering around, taking a look around. So, Bonnet is having a good old walk around the place, and the place, in places, that's the word place quite a few times in the same sentence, I do apologise, but there's evidence of the fact that this station has been here some time, so, you can see walls are pretty much where they were when they were built, equipment's been upgraded a couple of times. Folks, there's not that many people here. They all just seem to be going about their business, walking around, just doing their jobs. Nothing much out of the ordinary here. But as Bonnet is about to turn around and walk out of this section, she hears something come over the over the comms of a nearby computer panel. And I will try and replicate this momentarily. Give me a moment. He is awake. Blink, and you're dead.
Is this going to be a Doctor Who crossover?
She's just gonna keep looking around and be like, "Who the fuck said that?"
Well, she heard that coming over the over a nearby computer panel. So one of those wall panels that you can access pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, she's going to look at the panel and be like, "What do you mean if I blink, I'm dead?" What?
Please restate question.
Shut up, you stupid computer! She's just gonna walk away.
Nope. Nope. Just noping out. Right, Tavish. Tavish all the way down here, Tavish. What's Tavish doing? Dave! There you are.
Hello.
Anything in mind that Tavish would like to do whilst he's in engineering? Or is she going to go back with the other guys to have a word with Hubbard?
Stuff it. I'm gonna hack into this space station.
Okay.
Completely and utterly hack into it.
Daring and science with a focus on computers, please. Three successes. Okay, you gain access to the primary computer system. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
I don't know what's just gone on with Bonnet, so
This place is weird. I have seen things and heard things that are making me question my sanity.
let's see if there is a virus in the main computer.
Okay, cool. Good question. Good point. Alright, to all intents and purposes, with those 3 successes, you can find no evidence that there's an invasive program going on doing anything weird with any of the systems, and you're pretty good at spotting these things by now.
Okay. Can I have a look at the crew logs?
Sure.
When everybody came onto the station.
When you guys, or when the individual crew members?
Individual crew members, and see if there's any, especially Ensign Levy.
Okay.
So that's the only person I've actually had proper contact with so far, who's given me a at least rough idea when she came aboard.
Okay. It's going to take you a bit of time, but if you focus on Ensign Levy first, then you'll gain access to logs which indicate that she is very excited. She's been recently transferred here straight out of the academy. So much so that she is she's putting together a message to her family back on Earth as to how excited she is. And the next log is that very one, that personal log. The interesting thing about that log is that the timestamp for when she sent that message back to Earth to say how excited she is at her first posting is the same time that the Combs received the distress call from this very station.
Okay. All right. Let's run through see if any other messages have been sent out during that time stamp where we got the message,
Okay.
distress message from Outpost Psi.
You find no evidence that any other communication was sent out at that specific time.
Okie dokie. Can you come back to me? Let me have a little bit of a think about what I
The
want
one
to do.
last piece of information I will give you is that there's no indication that Ensign Levy's message ever reached its destination. Now then, moving back to the others. Flasker, and Acos, and wherever Bonnet is right now. There you are. Right, Flask, Gurkow, Acos, what are you doing?
We're talking to the old guy.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
Chief. Station Chief.
Station Chief Hubbard. When you first arrive, you actually find him swigging from a one of these very old-style hip flasks. But as soon as you come in, he quickly stops what he's doing, puts the cap back on the flask, and buries it in one of the leg pockets on his uniform. Yes, Commander. How can I help you?
Yeah, having trouble locating the lab and Dr. Petruga.
Oh, Dr. Petruga's been dead for a while now, sir.
Okay. Where was his lab?
Oh,
Everyone
well.
seems to have a different idea of where it is, and we can't find it.
Oh, well, that's just probably because folks haven't been here on the station as long as I have. Let me quickly show you here. And he leans over and pulls out a spare data pad from on the desk next to him. Brings up a schematic of the station and then punches in a location. Should be right about... Oh, there it is.
And when was the last time you saw or visited that lab?
Oh, I'll never visit that lab. Oh, Dr. Petruga does not like people going in his lab. Or at least, he didn't.
Well, now that he's no longer around, would you not inspect the lab? Or have someone check it out?
It was sealed off after the accident. No one's ever used it since. We got plenty of spare room. We don't need to go see it. You're perfectly welcome to visit it yourself, of course.
Could you lead the way, please?
Sure. Give me a second. Okay. Gathers his stuff, stands up, kind of clears his throat a bit as he realizes that the flask is still jangling a bit, and starts walking off in this direction. At which point, as he gets to this intersection here, he goes, oh, yeah, got a little job to see to. Replicators have been giving out stuff that smells of nail polish. We need to see to that. I would appreciate some help with it if you're available.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind fixing that for you.
Yes, he heads up to the mess hall up yonder. Where is Bonnet? Where'd she go? I've lost a Bonnet.
Yeah, can't even see her.
Oh no, there she is. Whee! With the doc. Okay. So, Dr. Sott and Ensign Bonnet and the EMD get notifications, as do Tavish, that your guys have gone off to the mess hall to help fix what might be wrong with the replicators.
So, how long have the replicators been like this?
Where is it? 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 Oh, these old things have been on the fritz for ages. Can't remember a time when they weren't malfunctioning, really, when I think about it. And any extra assistance anybody could give would be most appreciated. Just need to make sure these things are working. Can't take eating more food that just smells like nail polish. Surprised I haven't had a full-on mutiny on my hands.
That's okay. I've got a specialty for replicators. I can have a look at fixing these for you.
Okay, reason and science or reason and engineering at difficulty 1 to have a look at the replicator.
Cool. Using my focus in replicators.
Nice. 2 successes, nicely done. Okay, so as near as you can tell, the replicator should be working correctly. It's all plugged into the right places. The gel packs are nice and neutral, ready to be used. They haven't had any kind of pre-programmed samples put in them, so everything is right and ready as it should be. The only way to test for certain, of course, would be to actually get it to replicate something to make sure that it is functioning properly.
Gonna test by replicating most commonly ordered food, but also just gonna open up a replicator gel pack, just see what's in it.
Okay, so opening up the panel in front of the panel below the replicator shelf, as it were, you find all the usual gubbins you expect to find the inner workings of a replicator, including the gel pack, the inert matter, in its state ready to be used as whatever. Seems to be all above board and as per regulation. And so, Flask is rather surprised that when he orders the most commonly ordered piece of food, which let's just say is roast chicken and veggies, that you input that command and then you hit the button to replicate it, and the replicator shimmers into life, and Flask stands back in horror as he sees a beating human heart on the replicator shelf. With each beat, it kind of gushes out a little squirt of gore.
Ugh. Are you seeing this, Chief Hubbard?
Seeing what? And as Flask turns back to the replicator to point down at, that there is a chicken dinner with veggies on the replicated shelf. Is everything alright, Commander?
No, I'm not sure. Gurko, you have a look at this. I'm going to just go see Dr. Sot and see what's wrong with me, because something... And as I go to the medbay, I'm going to go past where it was pointed out. There was the lab. Whee! And I'm going to want to scan here and here to see if I... Because we've been given that location and that location, so I want to see what's around.
Pretty much as you expect. You're in a hallway, and outside is, well, nothing.
And there's
Space.
no evidence of a door being present or anything
Nope.
being present.
The bulkhead appears to be as it was when it was first laid.
I just want to point out if Flask does come to the med bay and let Dr. Sut know, his first instruction is going to be get that meal to sick bay.
I'll pretend that I've walked off to get the meal and bring it back.
In honor
Okay.
of Voyage is Immortal, get that cheese to sick bay. I don't want to pass that up.
So yeah, Bonnet is there, not probably wanting to be on her own in this weird place that much longer, and of course then Flask comes in with a chicken dinner.
Dr. Sot, something weird's going on, either with the chicken or with me, because I saw this as a human heart that was beating not too long ago.
Don't worry. The control panel told me if I blinked, I died.
Yeah, I think for the time being, I think I can save a scan on Flask. I don't think that's necessary because I'm thoroughly convinced this place is a bit whack, so I'm going to go ahead and scan the chicken dinner.
The chicken dinner comes back
know,
reading
I'm,
pretty much as you
just-
expect.
I was going to say, damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a veterinarian, but, still, I'll...
It comes back with what it appears to be a replicated dinner. So it has all the hallmarks of being something that was brought into existence out of a replicator.
Does it smell of nail polish, by the way? Does
It
have that
does
same weird
not.
smell? Okay.
It smells like it should.
I'm not eating it.
Let's keep that chicken dinner under observation.
Tavish, what are you doing?
I've had a bit of a think now.
Ah.
I'm just about to breach whatever data protection acts they are in Starfleet. I want to have a look at the message that was not sent by Ensign Levy. Yes,
so this is the message that she sent to her folks on Earth, how excited she was at being sent her first posting.
Yes.
Alright, anything particular you're looking for whilst you're looking at it?
Seeing as this may be the message, see if this is the actual message which got to us on Combs.
Cool. Oopsie-daisy. Can I get Tavish to give me control and science, please?
Okay. Any
computers.
focuses?
You're basically focusing on the contents of the data packets to see if there's anything in there that shouldn't be. Anything that contrasts with what it says it should be. Okay, 3 successes, really, really good. So, yeah, frustratingly, no. This data packet appears whole and complete. It was composed at a console that Ensign Levy confirms that she was using in her quarters, and to compose a message to be sent to Earth. The data packets all have Earth as their destination headers, and the message packet was sent out on the same exact star date and time as your ship received that weird and horrible distress call. There's no indication, however, there's no like bounce back in the communication logs to suggest that your ship, when your ship received this message for whatever reason, however that happened, didn't. If it did send a return indicator back to say that it had received the message, this station has no evidence that that was ever present. So to clarify what I'm getting on that there is usually with sending data over a network, you send the data and then the destination sends a little message back saying, I've received this packet, send the next one. So essentially, this message by Ensign Levy was sent out. There should be a message from its destination sent back saying, we've received this, but no such message was actually sent, it seems. No such return message was sent.
Okay.
If any of that makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of does. Alright, just a couple of things I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I think I've already done one of them. I think I've already asked you if there was any other data packets sent out at the same time.
Nope, just that one.
No, just that one. And there's nothing unusual with this data package at all?
Nope, it all seems above board. You've scanned it quite thoroughly. Everything that should be in there is in there. Voice data, video data.
Ensign Levy, have you received anything back from your parents?
No, sir, but the communication array has been on the fritz, so I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't. Sorry?
Can you take me to the communications
array?
array?
Certainly.
Yeah.
What haven't I used yet? Communications. Let's go with this big old dish-like place up here. So feel free to move your token all the way up yonder. There are no walls to...
Where am I going?
I'm pinging.
I can't see the pig.
It's too big? Alright. Or too small, rather, I should say.
The most north.
The most north you could possibly get.
Are we in the red area?
You are in a red area now, yeah. So this one up
Oh
yonder,
yes,
that's
yes.
the one.
I can see it. I can see the ping. I can see the ping.
It is an enormous map, I'll give you that. So
Okay, alright, I'm gonna teleport through stuff.
yep. So it takes you a bit to get there.
I'm just gonna rest here for a couple of seconds. Rest back. Yeah, keep going. And we're there.
Yep. Primary communications are right. Are you
Okey
taking
dokey.
Levy with you, or is Levy remaining
Yes,
behind?
no, Levy's coming with me.
Right. Okey spokes. So let me see. We've got you guys up there. We've got you guys in there in the mess hall. So whilst you are doing, I'll get back to Tavish and Ensign Levy in just a moment. Meanwhile, Gurkow and Akos, no problem, Liz. Gurkow and Akos, something happened with the replicator, and Flask kind of beat it out of here with a chicken dinner in his hand. So what's Gurkow doing?
So it looks like the replicators have been fixed. Can you lead me to the lab now then, please, Hubbard?
The lab? Why would I lead you to the lab? The lab hasn't been used in years. Not since Dr. Petruga died.
Yes, I would like to see the lab.
Well, okay. Let me think. If you... And he proceeds to give you a couple of directions.
No. Could you lead me to the lab, please?
Oh, right. Okay, of course. Let me think. That's... we are in green, so that means we go this way. Into red section. So we have our maintenance specialists over here, some of them taking a break. Go through here. We have some of our more scientific equipment down here. Here we go. Okay. I suppose you'll want me to have a level 3 diagnostic run on the communications equipment?
No. Dr. Petruga's lab.
Okay, let's see, who have we got? Flask is all the way down there. Back in primary sensors. Bonnet is all the way down at the southern westernmost she can possibly get. Okay, SOT and EMD are still in medbay. Dr. SOT is busy going through the next. Is busy getting ready for the next patient. The EMD is checking through with records, getting the next lot up, and Dr. SOT hears the sound as he's got his back facing the door, so he's busy running up the records of the next crew member to come in. Dr. SOT hears from behind him the sound of a door opening. And turns around to see who it is, because it should be another ensign's turn, and you turn around to see there's nobody there. Door hangs open for a bit, and then closes.
Going to turn to the EMD and ask if he saw that too.
Saw what? I was busy doing what you were telling me to do. File up the next lot of patients we're supposed to see.
Cool. Do we know who was due to come in next?
Let me see. It was, and he produces a name. I'm not going to come up with it just now.
No, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and run a scan for that person to locate them on the station. Or just ask the computer, to identify where that person is.
Yep. He's right up here where he should be.
Jeff Jefferson.
Jeff Jefferson is in the exact place that he should have been when he was pinged to proceed from station to the medical bay.
Interesting. But then, what happened again, sorry? The
door opened, as if it was admitting someone in.
Huh. Okay, or maybe there's just some kind of malfunction with the door. Who's in the med bay at the moment?
Just the EMD.
Oh, so did Bonnet left?
Bonnet left. He turned around and Bonnet's gone.
Can we call the blonde human engineer or someone whoever's near us to give the door a bit of a once over?
Okay, so somebody comes in and goes, yeah, the doors are so crappy in this place. They're malfunctioning all the time. He does a couple of quick checks on the door console. The door opens and closes, full of test procedures, and he goes, yep, that should be sufficient, I hope, Doctor. If it happens again, just let me know.
Cool. Is he still blonde?
He's still blonde.
He's still blonde. Okay, thank you.
Although now you look at it, he looks a little shorter than he was before.
That's one for the EMD to note down.
Right, so hair color and stature. So he is either dyeing his hair and has got lifts in his shoes, or... In either case. In either case, back up to the comm array. So, you guys, ACOS and Gurkow came into here following Chief Hubbard, who is now, seems intent on aiding an inspection of the comm array, along with Tavish and Levy. So, our comms array has been on the fritz for some time, but if you want to try and help out and see if you can solve any of these problems for us, that would be extremely helpful.
They keep saying for some time, is it like, by any chance, did everything start going a bit awry when the good doctor died? Like, it would be a question I would suggest whoever's live at the moment to ask.
Okay, so let's... Somebody asked that question. Have things been going on ever since the good... this place has been falling up. This place is like over a century old in some places. I'm surprised the place still stands, to be honest, but hey, we get refits every now and again, so it's probably just interactions between old machines and new software, that kind of thing.
Okay, leave me alone.
I just on the comms to the Combs crew saying, I think we should all have a tete-a-tete.
Okay, where would you like to have this tete-a-tete? I mean, does the doctor prefer it if everyone was in sick bay, or since Bonnet has gone all around the station, is there a specific place that Bonnet thinks you should all meet up?
Got a lovely conference room over here, I think.
Yep, there's a big old conference room.
Flesk is losing his mind a little bit as to where this Dr. Petruga is. So in the ship's the station's scanning room, he wants to make an attempt to lock on and find out where this flickering life form is.
Okay.
But to do that as well, to gain a determination, I want to use desperation breeds inspiration.
All right. Okay. What I will say then is, don't bother spending your determination.
Oh no, not spend. Using it the other way around.
Using it the other way around.
It's like, he's going a bit mad. He's getting desperate.
Okay. Well, remember to make a note of that in your log,
I've just done so.
which is awesome. Once again, where are folks meeting up, if they are meeting up, for a confabulation?
Where's the big red button?
Got no big red button, but do have a nice big conference table in this green area over here. There it is. Getting the whole Chrome's crew together maybe in this conference room to have a chat. Meanwhile, Flesk, in his last desperate bid to try and find something in the computer, just puts in like a thing saying, computer, can you find me the exact location of a Dr. Betruger, please? And then the computer comes back with... The human brain can survive for 4 minutes with oxygen, unless a sharp object is applied directly to the heart repeatedly.
No. There's a flickering life form, computer. How about we lock onto that?
Sensors detect no flickering life form available.
Use scans to detect current number of life forms.
34. Correction, 35. Correction, 34.
Where was that 35?
Please restate question.
Detect life forms. Find the 35th.
There are 34 life forms currently aboard.
Show all of them on the map.
Okay,
And I'm
you
hoping
get
where
all
everyone
34
is.
life forms except your own. Pretty much where you can see them all here gathered on the map.
And it's not flickering at the moment, so there's not a random one popping up somewhere.
Not yet. Oh wait, what was that? No, it's gone again.
Oh, so something appeared somewhere.
Yeah, it was like it was a flash of movement in your peripheral, and when you looked, it was gone. Wait, was that one? No. No, wait, that might just be a smudge on the screen. No, there's no smudge on the screen. Oh wait, what was that? Well, that can't be right, because that's just an empty part of the station.
Alright, Flesk is no happier, and he's going to go meet everyone in the conference room.
So when Flesk comes into the conference room, he's looking really bleary-eyed at this point. Right, so the EMD sits down at a chair and goes, well, thank heavens that cataloguing is over.
Why do we have him again?
I think he would be a good objective perspective, since I think some of us are experiencing some spooky things going on.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
I've got a suggestion.
But can we get him from at least a better bedside matter? Jeez.
Dr. Sott has a
something.
suggestion.
I do have a suggestion. Since all the computers have proven to be wholly unreliable in terms of like that 35th life form, what about Sax, Jivra Sax, the Betazoid? Can she like detect like a fluctuating emotion or something?
You're going to contact Councillor Sachs on the combs.
Yeah, I assume her
Okay.
range extends to the planet, and if not, or the station, and if not, we can bring her down.
Okay, this is kind of strange. I am detecting something, but I can't tell if it's on the station or not. It's like I can sense someone or something definitely here, a presence, but I can't pinpoint exactly where. It's very strange. I can feel every single mind on the station, I think. But there's almost like this shadow has fallen over the entire thing. It's almost like everything underneath that shadow is muted somehow. Your own life signs, however, are clear to me. Everything else is as if, almost as if I was looking at lights underwater.
Is there any sort of way? What's the sort of like? What kind of emotions are you detecting? Because everyone seems incredibly chill here, considering everything's been on the fritz for the last God knows amount of time.
If I had to name it, I would say curiosity.
Huh. Okay.
All right. The door to the conference room opens. Nobody comes through.
Yeah, that happened earlier.
And then the door closes again. Long enough that for if somebody was walking from the outside of the conference room in, or vice versa. But you didn't see anyone.
Can we scan the room?
Yes.
Is there some sort of like ghost, so to speak?
You can scan the room, absolutely. The room, according to scans, is exactly as it appears. The door opened, the door closed, but didn't seem to admit anybody or anything.
No additional life signs?
No, it seems not.
Okay, let's split up and look for clues.
Okay,
Yeah.
so... What?
If we're splitting up, I call dibs going with ACALS.
Alright, so you guys are... There's only one way out of this room, so you guys are pretty much set to leave the room, yes? Yes?
Yep.
Okay. So, as you make towards the door, when the door opens, it opens onto an identical version of yourselves in the room that you're just about to leave, complete with identical clones of yourselves. These clones turn in unison to stare at all of you. Then their mouths distort and open impossibly wide, letting out an inhuman shriek that could not possibly come from organic lungs, and the door then immediately slams shut so hard that you hear several components in the frame break. So,
Captain 7 to beam up.
are you beaming out of here?
No.
Okay. If somebody wanted to try and prise open the door, you could do so with a control and engineering or an insight and engineering task.
I will try and do that.
Okay.
Yep. If it's control engineering, I can assist. If Tavish wants to lead, I think
Okay.
you've got the best score for that.
Righty-ho, righty-ho. All good, all good. So, 2 from you and 1 from you. Okay, that's an 18. That's not a success, I'm afraid, but it's all down to Tavish.
Is a focus?
Doors. Maintenance.
Nope, then.
Pretty much not, no. But it is difficulty 2 to try and prise this door open. But it's 2 successes
Boosh.
you got, so boosh indeed. So you do manage to pry open the doors with a creak. And when you do pry open the door, you see the corridor that you had been expecting to leave out into in the first place. There's even... Beg your pardon, just give me a second. Let's go with this fella. There's even this fella outside the door. Q is there looking at the door controls and goes, "Oh, I am so sorry. The doors around here are just so crappy. They're failing all the time."
Okay.
What I'd like to ask very quickly is if the emergency medical drone experienced that as well. Like, did that really happen, or was that all in our heads?
The emergency medical drone did indeed see what all of you experienced.
Oh, well.
You know, these doors have been on the fritz ever since Dr. Petruga's experiment. But if you like, you could always have a word with him and ask him yourself.
Yes, let's go see him.
We did, but no one can seem to give us the right damn location.
Oh,
Wait, so
I
he's
am
alive?
sorry.
Dr. Petruga's alive? Gordon's alive?
Take me to your doctor.
All right, I think it's this way. And he starts leading you off. So, who are we missing from this group? We've got everybody from the group in this group here near the doors, don't we? The conference room. We're not missing anybody. No, I think we have got everyone. Awesome. So you get led off to another section of the station, and you quickly realize that you're walking through bits of the station you hadn't encountered before. These station tunnels, hallways that you're being taken down look like they haven't been in use for some time. In fact, you very quickly become lost as to where you might actually be physically on the station. You've got no clue as to the spatially where you might be, but you do eventually come upon a corridor, and I'm just going to file you into that corridor now, but I got to do it one at a time. So, excuse me. The EMD is following because the EMD is rather curious. Let's have Bonnet with you as well. So people file into the hallway. Apparently Dr. Petruga's lab, according to the signposting, is to the south of you.
Oh, this is at least promising.
And there's a signpost here on the wall that says Dr. Petruga. So let's bring the rest along. Yep, there we go. So Flask, you look like you're in a short corridor leading to what looks like the restrooms, the refresher rooms.
Ah, okay. Nothing exciting.
Nope, just the toilets. Bonnet, you're in a short corridor leading up. It looks like you're in like a decontamination area. And you open the door and proceed in. So I would like you to get, pretty much as far as there before everyone else, giving everyone else a chance to catch up before I describe what the room is like.
What can Flash see in this storage room? Is there anything?
Pretty much storage.
Ah,
Boxes, canisters, crates. Some of them empty, some of them locked. But all containing standard supplies. So the EMD's coming in. Gurkow and Sot, Team Blue, are yet to come in. I can move you all in there. Or you can move yourselves. It's entirely up to you. Yep. Gotta go through this narrow space first, I'm afraid.
Thank you. Oh no.
Alright. So, in somewhat stark contrast to the rest of the station, Petruga's lab actually looks like something's gone horribly wrong. Most of the consoles... Actually, let me change the ambience. Most of the consoles in here are dead, and those that are active flicker with power. There's scorch marks on the walls and a corpse slumped up against the far wall.
I'm going to want to go ahead and scan that corpse, try and figure out time of death, all that sort of thing. Or
Alright.
date of death, I suppose.
Reason and Medicine, difficulty 1, please. Very good, very
Ooh.
good. Wicked, wicked, wicked. Scanning the corpse reveals several causes of death, including but not limited to puncture wounds, loss of blood, heart attack, aneurysm, electrocution. And you also confirm that the corpse is both deceased and alive in a medical sense. There are occasional heartbeats and or brain activity that would indicate a sign of life, but just as you get them, they disappear.
Can you help him, Doctor?
Yes and
Emerg-
no, apparently. We found 35, didn't we?
Emergency medicine?
Right, so go on.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, it's a tricky one. How long do the periods of like life signs remain? Is it fast enough for me to do anything?
Points
Like
of a
with
second.
Maybe the EMD, being a walking computer, can he give a more detailed scan and perhaps?
The EMD wears a deep frown of consternation, going, "This is medically impossible. He is literally dancing between life and death. I have no adequate explanation for any of this." I believe Flask asked Tavish if she fancied hacking the console he's at.
Fine, fair enough.
Daring and
Oh, no, I'm only-
engineering difficulty 2.
I'm only good for one thing.
I can give you a
Rubbish.
hand.
It's alright, I've got this.
We appreciate you for your personality.
Only wants one thing, and it's disgusting.
Daring and engineering.
Daring and engineering, please. Difficulty 2.
Focus.
If you've got computers or hacking or that kind of database kind of related foci, then by all means use those.
As I'm going into a computer system, can I use neural interface?
Yes, you can.
Because that can help me re-roll a d20 if I need to.
Fine, fair and good, then by all means do so.
Okay, do you want me to
You've
put the neural interface up now?
Yes, please, just to remind us all about what it does and how it does it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Do you want to take a momentum as well? We've got a full pool.
I can do if you want.
I think it's worth doing.
Okay.
If other people are okay with taking the momentum for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've not got to use it so far.
Flask is
Alrighty.
desperate to know what's going on.
Shaking
Okay,
Tavish.
so using
Okay,
a focus.
Yep, go for it.
3 dice. As we're using a momentum. So. Oh. Shut that one. Okay, alright. Okay. Daring and engineering.
Yes, please.
Alright, here we go.
Okay, exactly what you needed. You don't find much, but you do manage to get the terminal working and find an audio log. That's the only thing on the terminal.
Right,
Do you
I'll
wish to
play
play the audio log?
You know what? Let's play it in my head. I'm going to try and, whatever is going to be said. I don't know what this is. This is a bit creepy. I don't like this station, and I want to protect the people who are in this room. So whatever's on this,
You want to
audio
take it
log.
first. All right, I
Yeah.
see.
Flask is visibly distraught, so not a bad idea.
Okay. Then this is what you get. To anyone that finds this message, I am Dr. Petruga. Except that is not my name. One day I woke up, and my old name was gone. Because of what I did, I fear who I was or be gone forever. Approximately 2 weeks ago, I detected a spatial anomaly in system that I thought might shed some insight into this sector's unusual subspace properties. In studying it, I bombarded the anomaly with exotic particles. I thought it closed. How wrong I was. I started to notice strange happenings on the station. Rumors, tall tales, and idle talk amongst the station's crew were slowly imposing themselves on factual reality. My name became Dr. Betruger simply because enough people believed that to be the case. I tried to tell them and get them to believe something was wrong, but I couldn't get through to them. It didn't help my very thoughts, personality, and appearance changed to fit others' perceptions of me based on hearsay. I had no choice but to lock myself in my lab in the hopes that I would be able to find a solution. However, this turned out to be the wrong course of action. People began believing I was dead after not seeing me for days, and because they believed it, I did die. To this very moment, I am locked in a Schrödinger-like state between life and death. It is a hell I wish on no one. Do not try and save the people here. Their Starfleet training lets them ignore the weirdness around them, and as a result, things just get worse and worse as time goes on. Disturbing their self-imposed reality could very well rip this sector apart. So please, do not stay here. Destroy this station and make sure no one ever comes here again. Get out before it's too late.
Tavish looks visibly light.
So everyone sees Tavish's face become more drawn and her skin go pale as she listens to this.
For everyone but Bonnie, she's...
No, do you want to hear the message?
Yes, please.
Bonnie's in a different room.
Bonnet
What,
is in blissful ignorance.
Are you sure you want to hear the message? I'm perfectly honest, I feel like we need to get off the station, like, now. Now.
Out of character a second, I would have to request, can we, like, get a recap, especially the last bit? I had to jump off mic for a second, the dog
Okay,
is chewing
cool.
a pen.
Recap. What bit did you remember hearing up to?
Just the tail end bit, he sort of, like, locked himself in his lab, that was a bad idea.
Yep.
That bit.
This turned out to be the wrong course of action. People began believing I was dead after not seeing me for days, and because they believed it, I did die. To this very moment, I am locked in a Schrödinger-like state between life and death. Do not try and save the people here. Their training lets them ignore the weirdness around them, and as a result, things get worse and worse as time goes on. Disturbing their self-imposed reality could very well rip the sector apart. Do not stay here. Destroy the station. Make sure no one ever comes here again. Get out. Basically.
Thank you.
Tavish will play it
Yep.
for everybody to go off the station now.
Yeah, so what do you want to do?
I mean, are we not? Is there no way to save these people? Or even like the Doctor himself?
Make them believe.
I know it's the power.
No. It said if we disturb their reality, it could destroy this sector.
If they remain on the station.
Can we ask the combs to detect any sort of anomalies in the region?
Okay. Alright then, that's a good question. Let's go back to the ship. Sorry, Liz, you were moving Bonnet around, but let's get back to the ship for a moment because we're going to need to use the combs crew. Okay, let's see. Actually, one of the best guys for this might very well be a version. So, Connie, do you want to use your boy?
Alright.
And we'll use his quantum mechanics as well as his stellar phenomena. We'll need the ship to aid as well, so I'm going to ask for Liz to be the combs if you could. you remember where to find the combs?
What we're
Cool. So we're going to want sensors and science from the combs. And we're going to want control and science from Ensign Eversion, please. Ooh, nice, well done. And another well. Ooh, wow, look at all that. Cool.
Gosh.
So, doing some very detailed scan of the region. Ensign Eversion says that he comes across something that initially he discounted as just background radiation from the star, the system star, but now that he's looking at it, there are some very odd quantum-related readings that you're getting off of a point in space between the system star and the station. It looks almost like a very small, almost indetectable breach into subspace. But the energy that's coming out of that small breach is of a type that the computer doesn't recognize, and certainly Eversion himself cannot identify either. So, what would you like to do?
Shall we try to beam Dr. Petruga as a medical emergency to sickbay on the combs
Okay.
before we get off as well? And then work out what we can do. And explain to the captain what's going on. That's
Okay.
kind of what Flesk wants to do right now. He is to see if getting him out of the environment that's making him dead stops him from perpetually being dead and alive.
Alright,
And
alright.
getting the fuck off the station.
Okay. Alright, so, the nature of his fluctuating life signs will make this rather difficult, but you know what? I believe in Zonvagor. So I'm gonna make this Chief Zonvagor. So Mark, since it was your idea, why don't you use the awesomeness that is Zonvagor? And I am gonna ask for Chris. Could you be the combs for me, please?
Sure.
We are wanting what is it for transporters? I believe it's sensors and engineering.
Cool.
And for Zonvagor,
Control and engineering.
control and engineering.
Now, he does have Transporter Chief, which means when you attempt to use, repair, or modify a transporter, you can add threat to reduce difficulty of the task by 2. But, nevertheless, he's got
I'm
focus.
going to
on this.
ask, because he's got a focus, would the crew be happy with me spending a momentum to up a dice?
Yeah.
You've already got one success from the ship itself assisting, so that's good. You
Alright,
need
so
one more.
Right, 3 dice with a focus. Go on, Zonvagor.
Oh, not only
Ooh,
did you,
whoa.
but wow! We all now
Oh.
believe in the power of Zonvagor. Because my god, did he just pull an interesting transport. Alright, yes. You definitely managed to, excuse me a second. You definitely managed to transport the corpse of Dr. Petruga from the station, and it helps that all of you are kind of around him in the same area, straight to sickbay. Are the rest of you coming back onto the ship as well?
I would have thought so.
Okay,
I know Flesk wants to get on board and explain to the captain.
so we can assume now that everybody has been transported back onto the ship as well. So you guys were transported pretty much directly to the bridge in order to, bring everybody up to speed on this as quick as possible. But Schrodinger, well, Petruga was sent straight to sickbay. So Nurse Uro, who was already there and waiting, Well, it's not going to be an easy one. But according to Nurse Uro, you've basically got somebody who is on the verge of death and is going to be one tough surgery to perform in order to save this man's life. But whilst that's going on, what do the rest of you want to do with regards to what you've learned and the station?
I was gonna say, myself and the EMD will go to sickbay for that operation.
Okay. So let's deal with that then, just to get a general idea of how well you do. So Dr. Sott, control and medicine with, pretty much emergency medicine, as emergency gets. Can I get Liz to be the EMD?
Legion of Honor.
Legion of Honor.
Legion of Honor.
Liz, are you about?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get you to be the EMD, please, and give us a control and medicine as well with emergency medicine? One dice.
No, do you want to take momentum?
Or do you want to take momentum?
Yeah. Yeah.
2 dice, then. Right, so 2 successes overall. So, you do manage to save him, but this guy is in a horrible state. He's going to need reconstructive surgery and a long time in... he's going to be spending a long time in sickbay as the medical team basically piece him back together. But you think, now that you've stabilized him, you've got him to a point where you can start slowly building him back up. Whilst that's going on, the rest of you, what are you doing?
Let's try and find out the nature of the anomaly and how to counteract it.
Well, as far as Ensign Aversion was able to tell, it is some kind of breach in subspace. So, it's unclear what kind of exotic particles Dr. Betruger, if that is indeed his name, might have bombarded the anomaly with. And like has also been already noted, the anomaly is giving off a small stream of strange energy, but it's an energy type that nobody recognizes, I've never encountered it before. But considering what was Aversion's role, that was Zonvigor's awesomeness. We got 3, so Aversion reckons with his training in, is it quantum mechanics or quantum physics? Quantum mechanics. They've got an idea of what the energy is. If they can basically flip its energy resonance and create some kind of dissonance wave, you could maybe counteract the energy stream and perhaps seal the anomaly.
Shall we split that work up then? Trying to identify what the opposite frequency would be.
Okay.
Whilst we build or modify the ship to actually fire that or counteract the anomaly.
Did I hear someone else had made a mention as well, something?
No, I was just agreeing. I'm hoping that, if we do this, maybe that'll revert the station back to normal.
Cool. Alright then, so I think job 1 then is somebody using sensors. I mean, Gurkow can now safely use her God Focus, since Aversion's done the heavy lifting, to try and get an idea as to what kind of frequency range you're going to need to use to emit a dissonance wave. So let's start with that. Let's go with reason and science from the Gurkow, and any assistance she wants to use from any of her lackeys or the ship.
Let's see. Maybe I can use either. Let's give Dufresne some work to do.
Okay, so
can you use a focus of stellar phenomena?
Okay.
And I'll use my God Focus.
Do you want to use momentum to boost yourself or one of the others?
Out of my seat.
Yes, sir.
I think maybe I'll use, rather than momentum, maybe I'll use a star-cross.
Ooh.
Okie dokie.
Yes, I shall use my star-cross medal.
Okay. So using Starcross suggests, I mean, just for the purposes of those at home who are watching. Okay, no problem, Dave. You may double your focus range, so remember to click on the dedicated focus checkbox as well as using focus.
Mm-hmm.
And any extra things you wish to use, now would be the time to declare them.
I think just star-cross for now. I mean, I have my god focus as well.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Alright, go for it.
Task. Who's going to be assisting using Dufresne?
Let's go with Dave has gone, so I was going to give him the chance. Liz, do you want to be Dufresne?
Yay!
Reason and science with focus. Only one dice, but she's got assistant. That means that she can re-roll. Oh, well done, Dufresne. No point re-rolling that, and no point re-rolling that either. Good lordy lorks.
Boom!
Maximum successage. Alright, 5 successes in total, so the science team does an incredible job of, at the very least, identifying the quantum resonance of this energy coming out of this subspace rift. So, in order to maybe counteract it, you need to flip that resonance on its head and give an opposing dissonance wave. As ever, the best place or best device on the ship for emitting powerful... excuse me a second. Bless me. For emitting powerful waves of energy is the main deflector dish. So, somebody from the engineering block will have to modify the main deflector dish in order to achieve this dissonance wave.
Ooh, deflector shield technology.
Indeed. So that sounds like it's right up your alley.
And...
This is going to be reason and engineering. So you're going for Starfleet Medal of Honor.
And Starcross.
And Starcross! Okay, so once permission, you can gain 2 bonus momentum on a single task earned as mental. Ooh, right, okay.
So I'm going to push that momentum if this succeeds. Because we can't bank it, and even if we could bank it, we've got thingy.
Yes, indeed.
I'm also tempted to steal a momentum if the crew's happy with that.
Go for it.
Please do.
Maximum.
And this would be what roll, sorry?
Reason... Reason? Yeah, reason and engineering, please.
Reason and engineering, perform task, it's using focus, and using dedicated focus.
Yes.
And 3
getting
dice.
bonus momentum at the end as well, if it works. 3 successes. That does very, very nicely. And you get 2 bonus momentum on top of that, which means that you have primed the main deflector dish to output a powerful dissonance stream. So, there's nothing else left except to activate the stream. So Ensign Bonnet maneuvers the ship so that it's in a... not in the direct path of the energy stream, just in case, but puts the positions the ship in such a way that it's a straight line burst from the main deflector dish to hit this anomaly, whatever it is. And so, the lights kind of dim and flicker a little bit on the ship as all this power is boosted through the main deflector, but this stream of energy just blooms out from the main deflector dish, and it illuminates a point in space that you're not sure if it's it's like looking up at a cloud. Sometimes you see shapes there that just your brain making patterns out of random chaotic non-shapes. Nevertheless, regardless of whether or not it's your imagination playing tricks on you, but as this point in space, this anomaly gets illuminated, you notice there's a bit of like a ovoid shape to it, almost like an eye. And it begins to glow and glow and glow and glow as the dissonance wave meets the energy wave coming, the energy stream coming out of it. There's a flash as both sides counteract one another. And there's almost like the residual light image of when you stare up at the sun and you see that, or into a bright light, and you see that there's little motes of light on your eyes after you've stared at a bright light. And just for a moment, that weird eye shape seems to blink and then closes. The anomaly has gone. The main deflector power's down. And as you spin sensors around to get a read on how the station, on how Outpost Psi is doing, you kind of catch your breath, because the station now looks old and decrepit, as if it's been out of use for decades, if not longer. Outpost Psi is there, it's just old, dead, abandoned husk. Hasn't been in use for maybe a century. There are no life signs aboard. Councillor Sachs. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, once the doctor wakes up rather, maybe we should ask him, like, what he thinks the star date is.
Well, it's going to be a long time before he does, but when he does eventually come to Dr. Betruger, his only answer to that is, I don't know. Where am I? Who are you? Who am I? Councillor Sachs, after the anomaly closes, she turns to all of you and her face looks a bit ashen. I detected a mind on the other side of that breach. That feeling of curiosity that I detected was coming from there, the other side of the breach. But just as we closed it, just when it looked like the aperture blinked, I detected something else, a different emotion. It almost seemed like disappointment. And then it was gone. And thus concludes our episode.
What?
There's more here than meets the eye.
But
I don't want to meet the eye.
Can we just go home?
Even the captain looks a little shook up by all of this. It agrees with Ensign Bonnet's assessment. Yes, let's just go.
Let's go back to Earth. We'll just use our spore drive to jump right back to Earth.
Yeah, let's bolt the spore drive back onto the ship, shall we?
What's the worst that could happen?
That was very cool.
Unfortunately, it seems Dave missed the end of it.
Oh, God damn it.
It's okay. We've got a new astrophysicist who's slowly. We got a new crew member.
Who?
Well, Dr. Petruga.
Oh, nice.
Well, Dr. What's his name?
Well, yeah, quite.
We'll call him Dr. Watts.
Nice.
Oh, I was thinking Doctor Strange.
Well.
Doctor Who.
Thank you. At least somebody was going for that. It wasn't
I'm
just me.
sorry. I'm sorry. I missed the end of it. Sorry.
We'll
It's all right,
bring
it just got a
Dave.
bit weird.
It got very weird. We'll bring Dave up to speed in just a moment. But in the meantime, I'm going to say thank you to everybody who tuned in today for that. That was our Halloween special episode, so a bit of a spooky story for the Combs crew. And since they solved it, well within time, we will be drawing our episode to a close a little earlier than we usually do. So thank you very much for everybody who tuned in for this last little dip into spooky season, since Halloween has left us, but we kept it going for a couple of days more. So we hope everybody had a suitably spooky holiday, and we'll be back to regular scheduled programming, as it were, in 2 weeks' time. In the meantime, we ask everybody to do like the Vulcans do, which is to live long and prosper, but also to know when things are pretty much way too spooky than you're willing to put up with, and just nope the hell out of there. Thanks to Ars Animus, yes, the power of positive thinking did prove well at the end. And we hope to see you again in 2 weeks' time as the Combs crew return to pretty much doing what they have to do in order to cope with the continuing conflict with the Klingons. Until that time, we ask you all to engage in infinite diversity and infinite combinations, also to look after each other and treat each other with respect and care, because this world is still crazy chaos at the moment. Until then, until next time we meet, I thank you all very much for watching, and we will see when we see you next. Hailing frequencies are now closed.